Hello everyone, welcome back to We Talk Simon. I'm your host Robbie, and as usual we're back to talk all things, well, as in the title, Simon. Last time you heard from me, we were just about to play Dundee in the league. We won that game 2-1. Carson can hold that, to be honest. But I know it's been a while. If you've not seen, go and check out the chat with Keith Lasley. That's our Chief Operating Officer. It'd be much appreciated. We're getting close to 2,000 views on that video. Big thanks to Keith again for letting us talk to him first of all, but also using the facilities at the Smizer Stadium. Lovely place to go, lovely to have a chat with him. Such a nice big guy, so Keith, thank you to you. That's nearly hit 2,000 views now, so if you guys could go and give it a watch, give a follow, like it, share it. It'd be appreciated because I thank everybody for the support. I genuinely, for my first in-person chat, it's done really well and I'm so happy with it. But moving back on my football topic, Dundee at home, we won 2-1. Really good win actually. And a game that we probably should be winning, especially at home, as we're going to talk about soon. We've made the home like a fortress now. Teams are actually scared to come to Smizer Stadium. We've heard it from managers before. And it was good to get the win. The boos for Trevor Carson were phenomenal, and I think the whole best part of the game was the Dundee get the penalty, then Carson tells Shaughnessy to tell the Dundee boy where to put the penalty, puts it there and Hemming still saves it, so that was good. Next couple of games, Cups quarter against Motherwell, we get through that as well, 1-0 with Caelan Boyd-Munn's absolute wonder goal. What a win. We're into a semi-final to play Hibs away. We've beat them once this season, why not beat them again? And we find ourselves in the semi-finals at Hampden, which, if you know me and you've watched any prediction shows, I've been bragging on about for ages, about how I just want to experience Hampden once. I don't care if we get rattled in the game, obviously you don't want to get rattled, but I just want to experience that feeling. I've been to Hampden to watch Scotland now. That was really good, seeing like the Denmark game where Che Adams scored in the 90th minute, stuff like that. That was all well and good, but I don't think we'll be getting to watch a club in action at Hampden, so that would be nice if we could get there, have win against Hibs and then hopefully get drawn in the semis. But back onto the league, so we beat Motherwell 1-0 with a good Caelan Boyd-Munn's goal. Then we have Aberdeen at home, where we get absolutely scam rotten. Let's not mess about. We deserved the 3 points at the game. I think we played the game brilliantly. I think going 1-0 down's always a tough thing against Aberdeen, but the boys kept their heads up, get back into the game. And then it's just a wee bit unfortunate VAR decisions really. I don't think it was a penalty. I think it was as soft as the one. I don't know if anybody watched the Celtic Kilmarnock game, the one on the Celtic boy when he went down the box and they didn't get it. I thought it was a bit like that one. I don't think it should have been a penalty. I believe it was actually a handball. It might have been a handball. I still think it was soft. Anyway, penalty gets gained. And that's not the worst part about it. The worst part is the boy who double touches it with his foot, and I don't know how VAR's not seen that, you know. We talk about spending all this money on VAR, they're meant to see stuff like that, and the name Darren Vars saw it. So it stood as an Aberdeen penalty goal, and we get 2 points to Caffers, which could have been vital considering we're sitting 2 points behind first in the league right now, you know what I mean? You take that into consideration, we realistically should be on 10 points. But moving on to the Livingston game, most recent game, I thought we'd done alright, probably didn't deserve the win. I think Mandron would have started if he was fit. I don't think it was the right game for Olasanya. You know, you're playing with that Dominican Republican centre back and Oberlai. I think they're just a wee bit too big, too good for them. You put one on them, and I know you can make the point about, you know, you just need to glide off them, make forward runs, but it didn't really work in the game. I think that it was probably the worst game of football I've watched, to be honest, in a long time. It did finish a draw, but it was a 0-0 written no error. Obviously Livingston get their goal. We don't look like we're getting back into it, and then we somehow managed to find a way. Big Stav Nahami. I think for how much he's probably not going to start this season just because how young he is, I think he's a really dangerous player who obviously we've got the option to buy on him. I'd be activating that if I was Robinson. No, but all seriousness, I'd probably wait, see how he turns it, see if we want to buy him, because I mean, he scored 3 goals so far. That's for a striker who's only made a handful of appearances. That's really good, scoring 3 goals. Just get on to the international break. We have obviously Scotland have Cyprus on Friday. We have 4 players who have been called up to the World Cup. We'll speak about Gogic first, because Gogic is playing for Cyprus, so Scotland playing Friday, so I'll actually get to watch a big man in action. Again, I hope he does well. I mean, well as in he doesn't have an absolutely rotten, scores an own goal or something, but and I let well goes as far as he doesn't score a goal against Scotland. Obviously, I want Scotland to win. I think we will win comfortably. I think the last time we played Cyprus, Gogic was actually the main part of the Cyprus team. I think he was the best player on the day. Why the manager took him off in the 75th minute, I'll never know, but I think he played really well, so probably expect him to start again for Cyprus. Keanu Barkas and Ryan Strachan have yet again been called up to the Mexican team for their game. I hope the boys stay well. Don't know if we'll get to see the game. Kind of Australian games are done at like hours in the morning. So good luck to they two. I hope they both do well, make appearances against Mexico. I don't think there's another game, I might be wrong. But I hope they will get a couple of appearances in them. They come back good. Then we've got Conor McMenamin getting called up to the Northern Irish team. I'm not quite sure who they play, but good luck to him as well. I hope he does well. Maybe gets himself a couple of goals, who knows. But looking ahead to when we come back, we'll be playing Motherwell away. A big game at Fir Park. We know Fir Park's a tough place to go. If we can get another 3 points in that game, that would be lovely. It would keep us going. Because next is a home tie. Is it a home? I can't mind. It's home and away against Hearts. That's a big game as well. We know how tough Hearts can be, especially if it's an away game. They can be really tough. And then we've got the cup semi-final against Hibs, so that's semi-final. Right, I'm not getting ahead of myself, Robbie. The quarter-final against Hibs away at Easter Road, so it's a big 3 games coming up for us. Hopefully no injuries, any more injuries than we've already got, to be honest with you. I think Robinson said that Mandron and I can't remember the other boy were both just small knocks, and that's why they were out of the Livingston game, so let's just hope they are alright and get back with a full squad. But moving on to the transfer stuff, it's been a while. There's been a few things happening. Obviously we've had a few players in, like James Bolton stuff, couple of good players. Thierry Small back on loan as well from Southampton. I think he can be a good player on his day, but obviously fans are going to be on Twitter like, oh, he got a couple of red cards last season. You need to remember he's a young boy. We need to give him time. He's still really young. Young players make harsh decisions. We've seen Ethan Erdogan do it more than once, and look how he's turned out. He's been captain in Ipswich in cup games against Sheffield United. Like, just give the boy some time, let him bed him in, get him playing, and we'll see. He can actually be a really good player because he's great on the ball. He's probably one of the best players we've got on the ball at the club. I say one of the best, obviously Mulhara and stuff, but you know what I mean, he's one of the best young players that we've got at the club, and I think people just need to stop being so harsh on him. We've seen Bolton on 4 times. I remember watching him on the B team game against Albion. It looked like they needed a lot more game time, so we need to just keep bringing him on in games and getting him game time, because he's only going to get more fitter the more we play him, so we need to do that. A lot of things happened on deadline day, I'm not going to lie, a lot of things happened. There was reports saying we're going to lose our manager. Robinson came out and said he's been linked with every club in Scotland, so it doesn't really matter. That was good to hear. It sounds like he's fully focused on Simon, which I'm glad to hear about, because if you know us through the years, we have been absolutely shafted by managers. I mean, happened with Goodwin, happened with Ross. It's just not been a very fun time, to be honest, so I'm glad to hear we've got a manager that's fully committed to the club and probably the right man to lead us forward, because he's done an outstanding job so far, and if he keeps it up, I mean, we could be looking at a top 5, top 4 finish with a good couple of cup runs under our belt. I mean, you can't get much better than that. If he can replicate what he done with Motherwell, get them to a couple of finals, get them 3rd in the league, I mean, who would complain at that realistically, apart from the old firm? it would just be perfection. Barker's to Aberdeen I think was linked on deadline day as well. I never thought that was going to happen, but I'm glad we've hung on to Barker and Strain, because something tells me that we're going to lose them either in January on pre-contracts. Well, no pre-contracts, but you know what I mean. But like they're going to get bought in January, or they're going to be bought just after that, so they'll join at the end of the season. Or we'll lose them at the end of the season. I don't think we'll have them for another year after this, because they're just too good. I really hope they don't go to Aberdeen like Bacchus was linked with. I've seen a few people linking them with Hibs as well. No, I think the boys are good in England, both of them, because they're both top quality midfielder and a fullback. I think Strain's probably the best. I keep saying this, I keep arguing with people about this. I think Strain's the best player outside of the L from in the SPFL. That's just how I see it. I don't think anybody else is better, to be honest with you. Maybe Leighton Clarkson's up there, he's a really good midfielder for Aberdeen, but Strain's just, oh, he's so good if you watch him every week. But I think that's about it. I don't think there was any other rumours. I'm glad we've still got a manager. It looks like Nick Montgomery is going to be going to Hibs, taking over there. I'm excited to see how he gets on. Finally Hibs having to use that manager merry-go-round with Neil Lennon or something like that coming back, although I'll release this and then Neil Lennon will get announced, so who knows. But hope you guys have enjoyed. It's going back to weekly now, well after the international break, because there's not much to talk about there. But we'll be back with some uploads weekly. Again, use code WeTalk for 10% off at Z Game. I don't know why I always forget that. Big ups to Chris for coming on. Can't wait to work with you, mate. Obviously working with Lewis still and Robbo. It should be good, promising times. A lot more content coming for Sitman wise. Maybe just me talking or having guests on who are also Sitman fans. I know obviously we had people like Mark Yarden on last season. I'd love to get him back on for another chat, because it's a much different situation to when he was on last time, so be fun for that. But anyway, I'll leave it at that. I've been Robbie, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.